Hi there, my name's Nick Dutch and I'm here to tell you that atheism is not the answer. Atheism never has been the answer and never will be the answer under any circumstances. It would be a complete and utter fallacy to suggest under any circumstances that atheism would be the answer. We can say this from the outset because there is no singular political unity amongst the atheist community as to what it is they want to occur in the world. When I came onto YouTube, I started looking at the atheist videos for many different reasons. And yes, I did really rather enjoy the science videos that came out of certain broadcasters in the atheist community. There appears to be this underlying theme that an atheistic community or an atheistic society, or indeed a secular society that was strongly atheistic, would somehow be better and superior, maybe saner, more balanced and more rational, or whatever the word rational means this particular week. Is that really the case? Are there some problems with the argument that atheism somehow brings about this almost divine sense of reason and rationality? We have a case study here on YouTube, an actual case study of an individual, one of the hardest atheists you can imagine, who has now gone completely and utterly mentally ill, retarded, intellectually dishonest, of an even worse nature than those of the creationist school of thought. And this has just demonstrated that being an atheist or being atheistic will not necessarily provide you with any great virtues such as sanity, peace, balance, tranquility, intelligence. No, it won't. The different people have to choose different styles of life to try and find their way through life. And some people, despite the fact they're atheistic, or whether they're not atheistic, or whether they're well educated or whether they're not well educated, don't necessarily maintain that balance. So essentially, what is atheism really an answer to? Sure, there are some groups within the atheists community, if it is such a thing, who believe in preventing certain forms of extremist politics from reaching a certain level of predominance in society. But there are also other members of the atheist community, if it can be called that, who are actively promoting those same extreme ideas. If you want to be atheistic, then fine, be atheistic. But don't come to me with any high moral ground stuff about we are more rational, an atheistic society would be better, and all the rest of that. Whether you're theistic or whether you're atheistic, there's one thing you haven't taken into account: human nature and human insanities. I personally would like to see a society that is essentially run along secular lines. But I would also like to see a society that has a very strong self-developmental components thrown into it. I would like to see a society where young people are taught about emotions, introspection, contemplation. I would like to see models of thinking that people are taught so that they can learn how to reason. I would like this to be incorporated into the educational system. I would like people to learn how to use mind-altering techniques such as meditation and self-hypnosis to be able to help them to overcome obstacles and go through change, progress and growth. This is the kind of society that I personally would like to see. And if people within it want to be atheistic, then they can be. And if people in it want to be theistic, then they can be. But the structures would have to be in place to teach people how to think, to teach people how to introspect and how to deal with issues. And no, being atheistic will not make you superior. Being in my mid-30s, I also find it rather intriguing that some of the atheist rhetoric is very similar to some of the pagan rhetoric in the late 80s and early 90s. A certain level of defense of the idea of atheism, sometimes vehement, sometimes aggressive. It's just another cult, with the same diversity of individuals and individual mentalities within it as the pagan community, the Wiccan community, the Thelemite community, the Reiki healing community, the yoga community, and all the rest of that. You're just human. And maybe focusing too much on just natural science and not enough on the science of mind and science of society can actually leave you rather unbalanced and rather cold. Wouldn't it, Thunderfoot?